Laka is the name of a Hawaiian deity, entity, male, female, for all things that grow in the forest. And I chose Laka, or Laka chose me, I like to think, for a number of things, but especially for being inclusive of all the motu that exist between here and the islands of Hawaii. Yeah. And so far so good. Many, many people from many, many motu have and do come here. I mean, we were very fortunate to be learning about the making of ngatu and bark cloth within Tongan culture and Tongan material artistic practice, right? And Ebony and her sisters and their grandmother, and them bringing the kokaanga table here from the family. And then that led to us having tamari come from Fiji, and then next minute we're working with masi and learning the differences and the nuance and share that. The sharing is the glue. I used to dream of a space that I could go to, that I could be a part of, that I could work in. And so when this physical space appeared, I knew what it was. I didn't necessarily know how to realise it. People who've come here to do the things that have happened here in the 7, now going on 8 years, have helped me realise it, but I knew what it was as a space. A house in a Samoan sense of a maota and the sense of a whalelalanga, or a house of making. A house where you could stay, and you know, for 8 years we've had artists staying upstairs. A house where things can be made, but also a house where people can come together. Yeah, that's been realised in so many ways, especially with the help of Robin and Ebony for Fita.
It has to feel soft, so you want to
get the lumps out.
Get the lumps out.
Yeah.
Yeah, lovely. But then when it's just wet, it feels just like wet, stringy stuff. But when it's wet and full, but then not too much of it, right? So you just figure out what you like. Because also that first one that I did, I remember my hand getting so sore. She printed lines first, then filled it with the...
This is really Dad's chair. He and I did COVID lockdown level 4 with him upstairs and me down here. And this chair was him sitting here, looking out at the lockdown level 4 reality of Auckland in 2020. And then, of course, when we went to the Auckland Art Gallery, we took a chair, which was hysterical. And I feel as if the Auckland Art Gallery experience was very affirming for the existence of Laka as a place. You know, sometimes that can sort of default into being given permission, or it's nothing like that. It's really about inclusion and what community looks like when it's expanded upon into everyday life, which is why I so love this street. See, we've got this nice big wide bit, which I call our marae atia. You know, if karanga happens, it happens here, and has. Yeah, it's good, eh? We've had hula dances out here. But you know, someone sleeps in this doorway over here now. Yeah, so I know people from these businesses give food.
Does she have the machines, or do you have your own machine?
I invite people to be at home here, and many communities have made homes here for different things. And there is a collective doing, right? That's always central. People come with things, and houses are good for hosting, right? So central to Laka, of course, is how people are hosted.
This is a home of life. Whosoever enters here shall come anew.
Eb and Vito would sleep wherever the mat was, which was always close to the work, because there'd be inevitable moments in the middle of the night that Ebony would be checking on things. But there was also a room upstairs that Ebony shared with Tamari. You stayed upstairs, Robin stayed upstairs. There were times when Mike came through and stayed upstairs.
We're going to sleep here. We're going to move the table back in there. And do the stenciling here.
What does koro mean?
It's the patterns that go, short ways. And then wangani are the ones that are like a fringe or like a fence line, a boundary.
Your eye will follow the pattern. Yeah. Just naturally it'll follow. We discovered that, the effect of that in the offing work.
So it was like in the other one, in the offing, it was this one next to the black.
Oh, yeah, it was quite
It
nice.
was quite nice. These ones require these
something
ones.
going that way, you have to have something going that way. The whole idea of contrast.
Yeah.
Big, little.
Yeah.
And it's pleasing to the eye, and that's the best thing you can say about it.
Yeah.
It just attracts the eye. The eye wants to see contrast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another interesting thing, this is Akesa, right? When she was advising us, she said, if you want to brighten your work, add black.
Yes.
Sounds counterintuitive, but that's what happens.
So many interesting conversations here. And meals. Oh, see, look, because I was looking at Nuki with this the other day. And this is what I mean, I've been having a bit of a tidy up, not a throw out, just the thing is, things come here and then they actually need a place to live. I need more storage. That's what all people with houses say, isn't it? We need more storage.
What's that? Well, actually, there's that one there. Yeah. So we're just going to do some more by the looks of things. Is that the library?
Yes. This is years and years of making, and all of these have been part of something really amazing.
Right, back to the drawing board. So this is the painting of our grandmother, To'oa. Liana painted her in 1996, and then she gifted me the painting with the woman on top in 2004 when I realised after the Pacific Arts Festival that I had to come home.
either 5 yet or 9.
But this is like just the underpaint on here. And then sort of tone everything in. And then Ebony's going to do all the stenciling around it. It's almost a 2-person chair, but I've reupholstered it because you can.
And then Robin, of course, immortalised it, which is so lovely.
What's it called?
All of the above. Is that where the shadow is?
Sleeping on toy.
Now do.
Oh look! There it goes.
This one.
I'll see you at the art fair.
So exciting.
Yay!
Thank you.